Hey guys! So I recently posted a video on my Instagram of me mopping the floors in our play space. It got me thinking about maybe doing a video of some of the regrets that I have when I'm designing our space and what I could change if I could redesign our space. If you're not following me on Instagram, you're welcome to do that. You can see my daily stories about kind of the struggles I go through every single day as a play space owner. I hope to post more in there if I can. So just mopping the flooring got me thinking about how I would change the flooring. Our landlord actually installed VCT, and I feel like VCT is very common in most commercial places because it's very durable, it lasts for a very long time. But I do feel like the maintenance of VCT is a little bit more than I thought it was going to be. Our VCT seems to get dirty very easily. And it requires a lot of maintenance from us, deep cleaning from us to keep it nice and clean. And our facility is shoeless, so I couldn't imagine what would happen if we did allow shoes in for our facility, because I think our VCT would just be wrecked all the time and be dirty all the time. I know that after a while VCT will need to be stripped and waxed, so I'm expecting that expense probably in the next year or so, which is a really big expense for us. So if you are going to get that in your play space, just something you have to account for on your daily or your yearly, maintenance of your play space. So just think about that when you're installing VCT. If I were to reinstall it, I probably would choose a different color. We chose the color scheme kind of just based off our play space and what I think it would look good in our play space. But I think maybe I would probably do vinyl planking or something like that if I could. They give us another option as far as VTC, and it was a little darker, so maybe I would have gone with that. Just hopefully that it would hide the dirt, but I don't think it would. Just remember based off of the two choices that we had to install. The other part of our flooring is the foam flooring on the play area. I don't love that foam flooring. I think that if I had a little bit more money, I would probably spend a little bit extra and get maybe grate mats or something like that, just because that flooring has so many problems for us. It expands a lot and we have to cut it out. Or maybe I would install VCT or tile or something through the whole play space. I would probably choose a tile that has grip on it, like something that has texture or something like that, so that way kids don't slip. But then I would be concerned that if kids fell on the hard floor, then they would get hurt. So I don't know, there's just so many different solutions or so many different things that you have to think about when you have a play space, because you want it to be safe, but then you also want it to stand up to the test of time. So all those decisions are really hard to make because, one parent might really like the soft flooring and then one parent might not. So you just have to make the decision based off of what you think is best for your place. One of the other things I probably would change is I really like my open concept. I did that for a reason. I really wanted people to be able to see their kids no matter where they were standing in the play space. I wanted them to have easy access to their children, especially if they have more than one child. But the open concept does have a few problems, like our play area is not separate from our eating area, and sometimes food gets transferred because the kids tend to walk around with the food and parents don't watch them. We don't like to have food in the play area because it attracts ants, it makes the toys sticky, and most of all are the decisions that we make is try to maintain our play equipment as best as we can to keep them for a very long time. So that's one of the reasons why you see so many rules at play spaces, is because we are trying to basically maintain our investments. So anything we can do to make everything last longer is best for us to be able to recoup our money. So I probably would do some sort of pony wall or something with a small opening to just kind of separate the two areas so there's going to be less food transfer into the play area. I don't know. That might be a concept that I don't really love, but maybe if I were to redesign it. My back wall, I actually had them design it with two pony walls on the front and the back, and I don't love the back pony wall. I didn't realize that I would need so much more storage space. So now we're using that back area as storage, and people can see all that storage. We try to keep it as neat as possible, but it's just not ideal. So if I could do it over, I would just have them build the wall all the way up, and that way I could just hide all that stuff. and not so much of a, I think that the reasoning for that was just because we had 3 doors back there, and I just wanted, if something were to happen, I just want to have people have easy access to an exit. But now I realize that that's not necessary. So if I had the money and to renovate the space, I would probably just have them build a wall all the way up, which is probably not going to cost me too much, just a lot of time and labor to move all the equipment and get that going. The other thing is, I wish that we actually built some sort of pony wall or something in the front to have a dedicated like infant area, because we do have a problem where we actually changed our small party room to an infant area, and the reason for that was because we used to have an infant area that it wasn't gated off, and big kids would play in it all the time. It just became such a hazard for the littler ones that happened to play in it. So when we created an infant area, and I think the parents love it because they have a place for their little ones to go, but now we lost the party room, so it makes it really hard for us to book parties. So we try to make up for that by just charging a little bit more for our parties, but it would be ideal if we could book parties back to back, so that way we can make as much money as we can during those weekends or during those months that we're slow, because parties are our biggest money maker. So if I could do it over, maybe I would create like a dedicated area for the infant area, so we didn't have to use the party room now as the infant area, which is no longer a party room, which is our infant area. So yeah, those are like the 3 major things that I would change in the design of our space: the flooring, more storage area, and a dedicated infant area or a extra party room. There's so much other things that I would want to change as far as like the design concept of our play equipment and things like that. I feel like all those things though could have been fixed with money. And when I started my play space, we were on such a limited budget. We just did what we could during the time with what we could have, what we had. And so I couldn't change all those things even if I wanted to, because of the fact that, you know, all that takes a lot of money. If I had all the money in the world, I mean, definitely I would probably not change our play structures as far as our castle and our pirate ship goes, because I feel like those are really unique things. Not a lot of play spaces have those. Like, I feel like we're one of the more unique play spaces that do have those kind of in our area. Most people like to go with Cedar Works or something like that. But then I definitely would maybe invest in like some dedicated like play houses for pretend play, and then also some soft play stuff as well, if I had the money to do that. And then of course, if I had the money to do that, why not get a bigger space so we can have more party rooms and all the other stuff, you know? So yeah, but that's kind of a conversation for next time regarding what really cost me to start up my business. So hopefully that kind of gives you a little bit of insight of what I would do differently if I could redesign my space. Make sure you subscribe to this channel to get a little bit more insight on what it's like to own a play space. Talk to you next time. Bye.